Hey everyone, welcome back to C News. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we have an exciting topic to dive into. If you've been following Prince Harry's journey, you know he's had quite the media tour for his memoir Spare. But one interview stood out above the rest, his appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. This conversation was filled with humor, honesty, and even a little tequila. So today, we're going to break it all down: how Colbert tackled the British media's obsession with Harry, the hilarious frostbite story, and why this interview was such a refreshing change from the usual headlines. For those of you who are new here, I'm Smiley, and this is C News, your go-to channel for the latest updates, deep dives, and honest takes on what's happening in the world. Whether it's breaking royal news, media controversies, or just calling out the nonsense, we're here to keep things real. So, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Now, let's get into it. Stephen Colbert, Prince Harry, and the interview that had everyone talking. In January 2023, Prince Harry embarked on a media tour to promote his memoir, Spare, culminating in a notable appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. This interview stood out not only for its content but also for the palpable chemistry between the Duke of Sussex and the seasoned comedian. Colbert, known for his incisive wit and ability to blend humor with serious discourse, set the stage for a conversation that was both enlightening and entertaining. The anticipation surrounding this interview was immense, given the revelations in Harry's memoir and his candidness in previous media engagements. As Prince Harry settled into his seat, Colbert introduced a spontaneous element to the interview: a pair of tequila shots. This unexpected gesture immediately lightened the atmosphere, allowing both host and guest to engage in a more relaxed and open dialogue. The act of sharing a drink on national television broke traditional interview norms, symbolizing a departure from the often formal and restrained interactions associated with royalty. This moment not only showcased Colbert's unique interviewing style but also highlighted Harry's willingness to step outside conventional boundaries and connect with the audience on a more personal level. A significant portion of the interview delved into the relentless scrutiny Harry has faced from the British media. Colbert, with his characteristic humor, highlighted the absurdity of some tabloid stories, emphasizing the often invasive and sensationalist nature of press coverage. This segment allowed Harry to articulate the profound impact such media intrusion has had on his mental health and personal relationships. By addressing these issues in a comedic yet sincere manner, the interview shed light on the broader challenges of living under constant public scrutiny and the toll it takes on individuals and their families. One of the more unexpected topics discussed was an incident detailed in Spare, where Harry recounted suffering from frostbite in a sensitive area during a North Pole expedition. Colbert approached this delicate subject with humor, leading to a light-hearted exchange that had the audience in stitches. This candid discussion not only humanized Harry, portraying him as someone who can laugh at his own misadventures, but also exemplified the interview's balance between levity and depth. It showcased Harry's comfort in sharing personal anecdotes, further endearing him to viewers and breaking down the often rigid barriers between royalty and the public. In a playful prelude to the main interview, Colbert orchestrated a mock royal fanfare to announce Harry's arrival. However, in a comedic twist, the fanfare was redirected to welcome Hollywood icon Tom Hanks instead. This orchestrated jest set a jovial tone for the evening, highlighting Colbert's flair for blending satire with genuine conversation. The interaction between Hanks and Harry, both esteemed figures in their own right, provided a delightful spectacle for the audience. This segment not only served as an icebreaker but also underscored Harry's ability to engage in self-deprecating humor, further dismantling the often stoic image associated with royalty. Throughout the interview, Colbert navigated the conversation towards the core themes of Spare, prompting Harry to delve deeper into his motivations for penning the memoir. Harry spoke candidly about his journey of self-discovery, the challenges of stepping away from royal duties, and his aspirations for a more authentic life. He addressed misconceptions, clarified narratives perpetuated by the media, and shared insights into his personal growth. This segment provided viewers with a nuanced understanding of Harry's experiences, aspirations, and the complexities of balancing personal desires with public expectations. The interview was met with widespread acclaim from the American audience. Colbert's adept and combined with his comedic eyes, created an environment where Harry felt comfortable sharing his story. Viewers appreciated the genuine rapport between the host and guest, noting that the conversation felt more like an intimate chat than a traditional interview. This approach resonated with many, offering a fresh perspective on Harry's life and choices. The positive reception highlighted the effectiveness of blending humor with earnest dialogue, allowing complex subjects to be explored in an accessible and engaging manner. Stephen Colbert's interview with Prince Harry was a masterclass in how humor can be used to tackle serious issues without diminishing their importance. Colbert's approach allowed Harry to open up in a way that felt natural and unscripted, making the conversation both informative and engaging. Unlike the British media, which often distorts and sensationalizes Harry's life, Colbert treated him with respect while still finding ways to inject humor into the discussion. This balance made the interview refreshing and showed that discussing personal struggles, even those tied to the pressures of royalty, doesn't have to be stiff or uncomfortable. It was a rare moment where Harry was allowed to be himself, free from the judgment and hostility he frequently encounters in the press. Colbert's support for Harry was also a strong statement against the unfair treatment he has received from the British media. By highlighting the absurdity of the tabloid narratives, Colbert exposed the way certain outlets manipulate public perception to vilify Harry and Meghan. This kind of comedic critique is crucial in pushing back against misinformation and giving public figures the opportunity to reclaim their own stories. The overwhelmingly positive response from American audiences further proves that when given a fair platform, Harry is not the villain the tabloids make him out to be. Colbert's interview reminded us that humor can be a powerful tool, not just for entertainment, but for challenging harmful narratives and allowing the truth to shine through. Stephen Colbert's interview with Prince Harry was a brilliant blend of humor, sincerity, and thoughtful discussion. It provided Harry with a rare opportunity to share his story in a space free from the relentless criticism he often faces. Through Colbert's skilled questioning and comedic timing, the interview struck a perfect balance, acknowledging the serious themes and spare while also allowing room for lighthearted moments. This approach helped humanize Harry, showing him not just as a royal figure but as a person with real struggles, emotions, and experiences. By engaging with the material in a respectful yet entertaining way, Colbert demonstrated how media can handle sensitive topics without resorting to hostility or sensationalism. The overwhelming support for this interview highlights a stark contrast between how Prince Harry is received in the US versus the UK. While British tabloids continue to vilify him, American audiences appreciated the honesty and humor he brought to the conversation. The interview also underscored how different media landscapes operate, one that seeks to exploit and tear down, and another that values genuine storytelling. Colbert's ability to challenge the tabloid narrative in a humorous way was not only entertaining but also an important moment in shifting public perception. It reminded viewers that laughter and truth can go hand in hand, making difficult conversations more accessible and engaging. In the end, this interview reinforced the idea that Prince Harry's story deserves to be heard on his own terms. Stephen Colbert's supportive and comedic approach allowed Harry to reclaim his narrative and connect with an audience that was willing to listen with empathy. This conversation proved that humor can be a powerful tool in dismantling misinformation, offering a fresh perspective on a figure so often misrepresented. As long as public figures like Harry continue to challenge false narratives and platforms like Colbert's provide a fair space for discussion, there will always be hope for a more honest and compassionate media landscape.